Each main six was created to represent one element of harmony, but do they really all represent one? Today, I will show you guys how Rarity does not represent the spirit of generosity. Hey beautiful people, I'm Julie, and for starters, let's see a moment when Rarity represented the element of generosity, and then moments where she didn't do that. The second and the last one for me are the worst ones, so stay with me so we can check them out. Rarity is a unicorn who works as a stylist in Carousel Boutique back in Ponyville, and she managed to rise up in her character thanks to her talent in her works. From her first appearance, we saw that she always dreamt of living in Canterlot, dreaming about the luxurious and glamorous life. And in the second episode of Season 1, she is represented as being the spirit of generosity. But let me tell you guys the definition of generosity. It's to give without expecting anything in return, and always be available to others, even if that's a sacrifice. In the episode where Rarity gave up her tail to calm down the sea serpent by fixing its mustache, this was an act of generosity, and a quite meaningful one. But after that, she isn't really generous. One of the few episodes where we can see her being generous is in Suited for Success, where she is up to not only make 5 unique dresses for her friends for the Great Galloping Gala, but also remake them as their friends pleased. The amount of work that Rarity put in these dresses makes her exhausted, and although their friends' design is awful, in facial terms, she still does them to make them happy. At the end of the episode, Rarity's friends realized that their original dresses were beautiful and suited them very well, and that they shouldn't have taken advantage of Rarity's generosity. Do you guys agree with me that the original version of the dresses was prettier? Leave a like in the video. But let's see the episode where the unicorn was the opposite of generous. In the Return of Harmony Part 1, Rarity is hypnotized by Discord to believe a big stone is actually a giant diamond. She suffers some sort of brainwash and protects the diamond, refusing to let go of him, as she becomes obsessive and greedy. And that's not Discord's powers, okay? The only thing that he did was to make Rarity think that the rock was a diamond. This still goes on for the second part of the 2-part episode, where she refuses to get separated from the stone and starts to call it Tom, while she hoards several other items she judges valuable, like the own elements of harmony. After the brainwash is healed by Twilight, Rarity throws the rock away and tells her friends to never speak of it again. This episode shows how Rarity's generosity can be corrupted and turned into greedy. In the episode Secret of My Excess from Season 2, Spike gets super greedy on his birthday, which makes him grow on size and become a giant dragon. Rarity managed to bring him to his normal state when Spike realizes that rather give her a ruby instead of keeping it to himself. But it actually wasn't exactly like that. When Rarity appears that Spike was going to eat an extremely beautiful ruby, she explored the crush that Spike had for her and convinced him to give her the ruby, taking advantage of him. A lot of people are on Rarity's side, saying that it was the right one in the situation, but a lot of fans see how she used for many times her beauty and charisma to take advantage of many other characters in the series, so they do what she wants. What is your opinion about this episode? Do you think that Rarity was the one right here, or did she take advantage of Spike? Leave it in the comments. Would you like to see another example of Rarity convincing others? In the episode Green Isn't Your Color from Season 1, Rarity convinces Fluttershy of becoming a model because she thinks she has potential, even knowing that Fluttershy is super embarrassed about the idea. And what does she do with that? She asks once, and you could see that Fluttershy wasn't willing to. She asks again, and she still didn't want to do it, so Rarity begs her a lot. And of course that Fluttershy accepts it because she couldn't let it go. And after that, Rarity gets jealous of her success. I mean, come on, I was so sorry for Fluttershy. In the episode episode Dragon Quest from Season 2, Rarity alongside Twilight and Rainbow Dash follow Spike in his journey to find out more about his species. But instead of supporting Spike or get what he was been going through, Rarity is only worried about her looks. And she even complains about how uncomfortable she is on the travel. She doesn't show a drop of empathy towards Spike and sounds really selfish at many times. Definitely not generous from her part. Another episode that comes to my mind is Diamond Dogs from Season 1, where Rarity is captured by Diamond Dogs who wants her to dig gems for her. During the episode, she uses her intelligence and manipulation to make the dogs work for her instead of the opposite. Although this is a survival situation, she doesn't need to think twice before using her charm to turn the game on her side, showing a new wrong way to deal with the problem. And there's still It Isn't the Main Thing About You from Season 7, when Rarity accidentally destroys her main with one of Sakura's potion and gets desperate to find a solution. Instead of accepting help or consider other options, she gets so obsessed with her looks that she forgot to be generous with herself and accept her imperfections, which is an important lesson in the episode. In the episode Sweet and Elite from Season 2, Rarity travels to Canterlot to buy some fabric to Twilight's birthday dress, but ends up getting involved in the high society and frequents luxurious events. She gets so fascinated with this lifestyle and the opportunity to be recognized that she forgets about the dress. Only when her friends arrive, she realizes that she prioritized her ambition instead of helping Twilight. In the end, she rushes through the dress, but her friends value her efforts, even knowing that it isn't the greatest piece. But it could have been different, right? She had other things in her mind at the moment. This episode is a great example of how Rarity sometimes let herself be taken by the vanity and the search of status, putting her own ambitions on top of other necessities, which is the exact opposite of what generosity means. What do you guys think about that? Leave a like in the video if you agree with me, but if you don't, comment your opinion. In Rarity Takes Manhattan, the 8th episode of Season 4, Rarity travels to Manhattan to participate in a fashion competition called Fashion Week. She is really excited and take her friends to cheer for her. At the beginning, she shows all of her generosity by offering her materials to another stylist called Suri Poromera, who appears to be in need of fabric, but Suri takes advantage of her kindness and also copies her designs, presenting a collection almost identical to Rarity's one, and before she could show hers. This makes Rarity lose hope and even change her attitude, becoming a bitter and exigent pony with her friends while she tries to make a new collection from scratch. But when she realizes how much she has hurt her friends and remember the true meaning of generosity, she apologizes and accepts defeat with dignity. In the end, ironically, she still wins the competition because the judges end up preferring her original work. But Rarity learns that the spirit of generosity is far more valuable than any trophy. This episode shows how Rarity has a generous heart and is always up to help anyone, even when that might screw her up. But it also shows how she gets when things get out of her control. Another episode where we see the unicorn being selfish is in Dragon Drept from Season 9. In it, Spike starts to spend more time with Gabby, the male griffin, because they had this really cool friendship where they exchange mail and deliver mail together. Rarity gets jealous and starts to act really selfish, trying to draw Spike's attention in any way possible, like buying stuff that he likes just so he can spend more time with her. When I saw that episode, you have no idea how mad I got at Rarity, because it was already Season 9. Rarity was supposed to have already learned how to be more generous. Of course that she realized how oppressive she was being and learned how to be better and how to deal with Spike and Gabby's friendship, but even when she apologizes to Spike for the first time, she doesn't even mean it. It seems like Rarity forgot how to represent generosity and let her selfishness talk louder. But again, this happens in Season 9, and I think that Rarity is missing in actually humility. She has a selfish and vanity way, always thinking about herself first, which doesn't suit with the spirit of generosity. But hey, after seeing all these examples I've laid down, do you guys agree with me that Rarity didn't represent this element very well? Tell me down in the comment section your opinions about Rarity. Thank you so much for watching this this video till here, and hasta la vista!